Jonah slammed the emergency cutoff on Queen Sereth's armor rig. Sparks died mid-arc. The chest plate's hum cut to silence. The Queen froze, her iridescent scales flickering under the lights. Marshal Kethrun lunged forward, claws bared. "Human." "You dare overload in 3 seconds," Jonah snapped, wrench already spinning the actuator bolts. "Stand down or she fries."
He stripped the chest plate free. A cracked resonance coil gleamed inside, fractured from micro-vibrations.
Court gasped. Archivist Erie Pal's mandibles clicked in alarm. No time for their parts. Jonah yanked scrap conduit from his tool belt. Old shipyard alloy, perfect resonance match. He torched it with his plasma lighter, shaping a coil on the fly. Heat cured it against the rig's exhaust vent. "Solid in 30 seconds. Brace," he told the Queen. She nodded, her multifaceted eyes locked on his. He slotted the coil. Tremor stopped, but the mantle chain rattled loose. Jonah clasped it tight, fingers brushing her scaled shoulder to cinch the stabilizers. Alarms silenced. The court erupted. Archivist Erie thrust her staff high. "By the right of binding, the clasp seals the pact. Jonah Rook is the groom." Chance thundered. "Groom." "Groom." Jonah yanked his hands back. Marshal Keth's glare burned holes. The Queen's gaze lingered, warm and unblinking. What the hell had he just done? Marshal Keth's claws clamped Jonah's shoulder, dragging him through the palace corridors. Now, inquiry into courtship sabotage starts at dawn. Jonah, twisted free, tools clinking. Sabotage? I fixed her armor. Keth shoved him inside the dim chamber. Biometal racks hummed. Doors sealed with a hiss. Alone, Jonah unpacked his scanner. He patched it to the Queen's spare chest plate panel, jury-rigged from the repair. Probes hummed. Data scrolled. Microfractures spiderwebbed the biometal mesh. Vibrations would shred it in combat. A chime pierced the air. Queen Sereth's voice crackled through the intercom. "Human. Attend me." Guards hauled Jonah to her chambers. She stood bare-shouldered, mantle chain draped loose. Her scales gleamed violet. "Explain your choices." Plainly. Cracked coil from vibes. Scrap alloy matched resonance. Cured fast. Chain stabilized the mesh, or it'd fail under stress. Jonah tapped his scanner readout. "Demonstrate." He rigged a load tester from workshop scrap. Plasma torch for heat, vibro hammer for impacts. Slotted the panel. Torch flared. Hammer struck. Mesh flexed, held. Queen leaned close, breath warm on his neck. Stress peaked, solid. Alarms blared outside. Archivist ire burst in, staff glowing. Bond verification ceremony. Dawn. Public square. The clasp demands it. Jonah yanked cables free.
"That's not!"
Keth stormed the door, blaster drawn. Seduction ploy confirmed. Jonah gripped the tester. Call it stress testing. Her armor's combat ready now. Queen Sereth strode the procession dais, her bio-armor gleaming under dawn lights. Halfway across the square, servos whined, her left arm locked rigid mid-wave. Crowd gasped. Thousands knelt in the Empire's heart. "Lockdown," Marshal Keth bellowed. Blasters swept the throng. Jonah bolted from the technician's sidelines. He dove under the dais skirt toolkit clanging. Biometal panels hummed erratically above. Scanner out, signal lattice spiked with sabotage harmonics. Saboteurs had poisoned the relays. Queen. Step sequence. Right foot pivot, left shoulder drop. Jonah yanked access grate. Control bus fried, he stripped wires. Jury-rigged bypass with salvaged fiber optic from his belt. Probes sparked. Lattice stabilized. Sereth shifted precisely. Armor flexed.
"Human ingenuity," she murmured, voice modulator steadying.
Keth pinned a court tech against the rail.
"Confess." Jonah crawled out, scanner beeping. Wait, forged seal on his badge.
Nano-ink mismatch.
He jabbed the readout. Tech snarled, lunged. Keth cuffed him. Crowd murmured. Sereth's gauntlet clamped Jonah's wrist. Biothread synced to his pulse. Armor purred fully online. She pulled him upright, scales brushing his arm. The clasp binds. Mate clasp protocol engaged. Keth froze. Archivist Erie's staff flared. Ancient right. Public affirmation required. Jonah yanked back. Just a sync hack, but her grip tightened, violet eyes locked. Crowd chanted her name. And his. Erie's claws dug into Jonah's elbow. She yanked him through palace corridors, robes flapping. Clasping right. Irrevocable. Public sync binds you as consort. Legal code, section 47. Bail. Mate clasp overrides abdication. Jonah stumbled into the archive chamber. Hollow scrolls flickered. I fixed her armor. That's it. No marriage.
Intent, irrelevant. Eerie, stabbed a projection.
Glowing text scrolled. Pulse sync affirms lineage claim. Queen yields no authority without heir consent. Crowd witnessed. Resign. And her throne fractures.
Jonah bolted for the throne hall. Guards parted.
Queen Sereth stood regal, bioarmor humming. Your Majesty, I withdraw. Formally, protect your rule. Her violet eyes narrowed. Gauntlet flexed.
Rejection absolute. You synced my core.
Serve as armor smith. Official. Keth loomed behind. Human taints protocol.
Jonah ignored him. Dove into work.
Shipyard scraps became genius. Modular latches, quick release pins fused to bioplates. Tested on a dummy armor shed in seconds, reforming seamless. Sereth donned it, pivoted. Plates clicked free, dignity intact. Flawless.
Security holds. Keth snarled.
Prove worth. Court test. Forge under dual stress. Fail. Exile. Jonah gripped his toolkit. Accepted. Keeps me posted.
Sereth's scales flushed. Resign the title.
Promotion. Prime Consort Smith. Bind deeper.
Purcell synced.
Crowd beyond chanted. Keth's blaster twitched.
Explosions rattled the throne hall. Keth bellowed, "Live drill!"
Breach protocols now. Red klaxons wailed. Hollow screens flashed intruder signatures. Jonah crouched behind the queen's dais, toolkit open. Sereth's bioarmor hummed as she leaped into guard formation. Plates flexing. Shouts erupted from shadowed balconies. Real blaster fire scorched pillars. Saboteurs, not Sims. Keth's guards faltered, pinned by lattice drones swarming the air. Modular release, Jonah yelled, slapping his remote trigger. Plate 3, drop on my mark. Sereth charged, gauntlets crushing a drone. She stayed fluid, dodging bolts. Mark, now. Jonah's failsafe pinged. Her left pauldron detached, tumbling into a saboteur's path. It clamped his leg, tripping him into Keth's fire. Attackers poured through a breached archway. Sereth pivoted, herding them into the narrow vault corridor, a stone choke point. Timing? 5 seconds. Release chest guard. Jonah sprinted parallel, scanning drone signals. Lattice pulses jammed weapons. She slammed 2 foes against walls, scales gleaming. Executing, plate ejected. It fused midair into a barrier, blocking reinforcements. Sereth vaulted over, claws rending armor. Jonah spotted the control node. A pulsing orb in the drone queen. He vaulted debris, wrench in hand. Drones buzzed him. One grazed his shoulder, burned, but he lunged. Fingers snapped the lattice link. Sparks flew. Drones plummeted. Silence crashed. Sereth stood amid wreckage, plates reforming seamless. She raised Jonah's hand high. Crowd gasped.
My groom, she declared, voice booming. Prime Consort Smith.
Bonded in battle-forged steel. Keth knelt, blaster holstered. Erie's claws unclenched. Jonah blinked at her locked grip. Pulse synced again, deeper. Throne chants swelled.